亲爱的嘉宾，
海内外朋友们，
大家早安。
我是丛慧云，我的姓氏很特别，常有人问你是哪里人。我的爷爷
My
是海
grandpa
军，
served in the Navy. Our family lived and ruled in Keelung for 3 generations. Taiwan is my home. I'm Dan Wei. Taiwan is also my home. I'm from the riverside of Xindian River, a new Taipei
非
city
常开心，借
citizen.
着国庆，
I'm
让我
happy
们
to
在总统
celebrate the
府
National Day in front of the office of the
110
President
年
with you.
充实国庆。
Today, let us offer our sincere best wishes with a joyful
中
heart.
华民国
The Republic of China
生日
Taiwan
快
a
乐
very happy
今年
birthday.
国庆的主题
The theme of this
民
year's
主大联盟
National
世界
Day
交好友
align-
Taiwan National Day
Broadening
2021
Democratic
咱们台湾与
Alliances
世界上
and
同
making
样向往自
international
由民
friends,
主的伙伴们
symbolizing
紧
Taiwan
密
based
结
on the
合
shared
成
values
乐
of
于互
democracy
助
and freedom and
和
from
和谐
an alliance with those partners that aspire freedom to help and support each other. Taiwan supports the heroes who have outstanding performance in this year's Tokyo Olympic and Paralympic Games to reveal Taiwan to the world. The prelude programs are performed by the National Taiwan Symphony Orchestra, the best crew, the Ministry of National Defense Honor Guard, and etc. of them are the pride of Taiwan. Friends around the world are welcome to watch the complete National Day celebration program through internet. This year marks the first time for the Prelude program to perform in another venue. National Taiwan Symphony Orchestra will start with their performance in the outdoor balcony on the 91st floor of Taipei 101. As they perform the paintings of local well-known Taiwanese painters such as Chen Chengpo, Chen Huikun, Lin Yushan are presented in an animation to present the beauty of local culture of Taiwan. Please welcome National Taiwan Symphony Orchestra with a warm round of applause to perform a century of music, Heaven Protects Formosa. by Taiwan's new generation composer Ms. Zhang Jingshan and is conducted by Mr. Ye Zhengde to interpret Taiwan's shared memory of music. Thank them for their performance. Legislator Speaker Yo Xi-kun, chairperson of National Day celebration, is here. Please welcome him. Mr. Chairperson Yo, please take your stand to watch the program. Next, please welcome the best crew to perform Generations Dance Together for National Day.
现在的表演是15岁到17岁的庄敬高职舞者，他们的动作整齐划一，默契无间，向所有观众展现他们的青春无敌。
their energy. From the dancers between 50 and 60, we see their wisdom and vitality. It's never too late to learn. So is dancing, regardless of gender and age. Everyone is encouraged to move your body with the music.
You
can clap your hands with the rhythm if you like. Breaking is officially added to Olympic Games Paris 2024. Taiwan team is ready for the games. Next, professional dancers at the ages between 25 and 40 will perform difficult floor dance. This is also one of the biggest highlights today. We really need to applaud the boys and girls aging from 6 to 10. They are energetic and stand on their own stage to feel the happiness of dancing and exercising. They challenge themselves to complete the difficult work. The dancers of all ages today show our people how street dance brings young and old together and celebrates the energy and unique charm of hip-hop culture. Go for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Please give the best crew and Zhangjiang Vocational High School for a warm round of applause for their wonderful performance. Next will be the Ministry of National Defense Honor Guard, which always attracts attention in annual celebration. Have you ever heard of Kifafahima, Huiyun? Of course. It's the ending theme of documentary film of Beyond Beauty Taiwan from Above, which has been sung for 40 years by the Buno tribe. But have you ever heard of the version performed by military musical instruments? Never. And today, the Ministry of National Defense Honor Guard will surprise us, as they annually did, to perform this song. And also, To Fly Against the Wind, composed by singer Xiongfong, and Dare to Be Folly, Dare to Be Bold, the work of a renowned band Eggplant Egg. Please welcome the military and people together defend the homeland. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, next will be the Joint Military Marching Band, comprised of military, defense, symphony orchestra, bands from the Republic of China Army, Navy, and Air Force. The Joint Military Marching Band performs at various national ceremonies, including military salutes for foreign dignitaries. Its regular concerts at the National Concert Hall are always well recognized. The first song will be March to the Glory, composed by Army Staff Sergeant Li Zhengzhi. With a soft song and strong rhythm, this song symbolizes a promising future for our country after severe trials. Next will be the Ministry of National Defense Honor Guard. With the motto, Keeping Improving, the Honor Guard will be responsible for continuing its glorious tradition. Its main duty is to present military salutes for visiting dignitaries, performing at major national ceremonies and celebrations. They even have to defend important places. The solemn changing of the guard ceremony has attracted domestic and foreign visitors every year and has earned the armed forces excellent reputation all over the world.
一队长，空军上校牛光荣报告，操演开始。操演开始。
现在演奏的乐曲
Anti-pandemic song is composed by Staff Sergeant Li Yuchuan of the ROC Military of National Defense Symphony Orchestra. It is hoped that this song will encourage the frontline medical workers to face the pandemic, to defend our country, and to continue to move forward.
无论是山之巅，
Regardless of high mountain or deep sea, the military officers defend our country day and night to carry out their duties to safeguard our homelands.
无价旗的信念，持续为国人守护家园。
The formation of unity symbolizes the ROC military forces to make joint anti-pandemic efforts to face challenges. This music is dedicated to Taiwan's anti-pandemic heroes. The solid hexagon shape symbolizes national defense is invincible. The ROC national forces carry out duties such as creating artificial rain, delivering water to offshore islands, and desilting reservoir. Based on the belief of safeguarding beautiful homeland, the national forces provide disaster relief in peacetime and are capable in wartime. Next, the marching band will rotate their rifles as they change the formation. They need to concentrate on the M1 rifles as well as to keep a balance to be steadfast in every step they take. This performance is a result of their intensive training and practice. Please give them a warm round of applause. Next will be the marching percussion band, comprised of the joint military marching band. Please enjoy the performance.
让我们以掌声感谢
Please
行进
give them
队
a
带
big
来的
round of
精彩
applause
演
for
出。
their wonderful performance.
接下来演奏的乐曲
Next, the music
歌手
is To
萧煌
Fly
奇的作品
Against the Wind,
逆风
composed
飞
by
翔
singer Xiongfong.
轻快的曲
The
风
light music
暖心
and
的歌词
heartwarming lyrics
鼓励国
encourage
人即
people
使
to
身
move
处
forward
逆境
with the
也要乘
wings
着梦想的
of
翅膀
dreams
勇
even
往前
in
行
adversity.
"现在听到的是纪录片《看见台湾的片尾曲》
Kifafayima is the ending theme of the documentary film of Beyond Beauty, Taiwan from Above. This is a song full of hope and vitality. Members of the honor guard show their respect to the hardworking Taiwanese on this land, with the united capping on the rifles.
Dare
to be falling, Dare to be bold is the work of a renowned band. Eggplant Egg. The lyrics encourage us to focus on every moment and never give up, just like the goal of their intensive training is to present a perfect performance before the audience. As the music comes to an end, so is the program of the honor guard. The Joint Military Marching Band wish all fellow countrymen and women, esteemed guests, good health and every success. The Republic of China, Taiwan, national prosperity.
立正。操演完毕。操演完毕。
三军联合乐仪队，为了今天，他们好几次在深夜在总统府前
They have
反复练
practiced
习。
many times
即便大家经验很丰
in
富
front
了
of the
登上
office
国家生
person
日
even
庆
during
典
the
的舞台
midnight, as
每
the
一位
experiences
都
they
尽
are,
全
they
力
do their
以赴。
utmost
接
to
下来将
perform
由
in the
充满
National
青
Day
春活力的
celebration.
小小朋友
Next,
们
a group
为我
of
们带
little
来
boys and
日
girls
语
will
体
bring
操
us
的表
with
演。
gymnastic
这些表演者
performance.
都是来自
They
全台
are
各地
from
的
different
日语体
places
操选
of
手。
Taiwan. These elementary school children are the symbols of future hope and will shine on their own stage. Through their body movements with the balls, rings, and sticks, they demonstrate the strength and beauty of gymnastics. Please welcome the resplendent youth shining at home, performed by the Chinese Taipei Gymnastics Association.
but they don't know what is what. They know what is what, but they don't know what is what. They know what is what, but they don't know what.
体操协会的表演，总计动员129位大小
129
选手们，
performers and
以及
dozens
数
of
十位教
coaches
练
have
辛
been
苦地指导。
mobilized for this performance.
现在登场的是国高中生、
The
大学生
performers
选
are
手们
junior high, senior high, and college students. They demonstrate the power of unity by presenting the formation of concentric circles with the rings. Unity is also one of the themes of this year's National Day celebration.
They know what is what, but they don't know what is what. They know what is what, but they don't know what is what. They know what is what, but they don't know what is what. They know what is what, but they don't know what is what.
这些体操选手们以跳跃、平
By
衡、
jumping, balancing, and rotating the dancing rings or sticks, these gymnastic athletes express their passion and energy. It is said that gymnastics is one of the most beautiful sports of the world.
With
接下来将借由我们的主场这首歌曲
the song of Shine at Home, performers spread their beautiful wings to celebrate the resplendent youth.
Put
your hands together for their wonderful performance under the scorching heat.
Let's roll！ 汗水咸咸打造盔甲，我们一路冲撞，只为一夜辉煌我们的主场。准备好封王，烈火才能烧出凤凰，千军万马挡不住滚烫的锋芒，浴血的翅膀，捍卫着梦想。谁在我们主场撒野？谁在我们伤口撒野？我们联手杀敌捍卫，生死同进同退。谁在我们主场撒野？谁在我们伤口撒野？我们一生悬命一挥，胜败无怨无悔。Yes sir, we are magic power. No doubt we got super power.
透过队形的变换
By changing the formation and running, by tossing and receiving the dancing balls, rings, and sticks on hands, they encourage everyone to fulfill dreams, never giving and never give up. We want to thank the energetic performance of the Chinese Taipei Gymnastics Association. Our best wishes to these athletes to continue to excel themselves in this field. Next program will be very magnificent as the performance will incorporate Taekwondo with the flip and street dance. Please give them a big round of applause. They were invited to perform in the 2017 Summer Universiade and the National Games 2019 and 2018 World Taekwondo Hamadan and won 2 gold and 2 bronze medals. They have wonderful showing in this year's Tokyo Olympic Games as well. Please welcome We Are demonstration team for Taiwan's God Skills Martial Arts 2021.
轻柔的泰雅族古调展现出神秘凝聚感。
conveys a message of mystery and cohesion. Episodes demonstrate power and beauty with the formation of large image and epic movie music to show the momentum of Taekwondo. Taekwondo has been a very popular sport in Taiwan. In addition to strengthening a physical body, it promotes the spirit of art and education. Rainbow will be the music of next performance. performance will wear and remove the rainbow masks to show the unity in the pandemic and to wish Taiwan and the world to look forward to a hopeful future.
继续碰撞，当天空昏暗，当气温失常，你用巨大的坚强总能抵挡。当尖锐眼光，当刺耳声响，你用彩虹的浪漫温柔包装。
接下来将运用台湾的流行音乐
By
融入
incorporating
台曲表
Taiwan's
演，
pop
有着
music
创
to
新活泼的元
Taekwondo
素
performance,
力量。
this program presents the element and strength of innovation and breakthrough.
再来是精彩
Next
的
will be a
结果
wonderful
连接
demonstration of
请台下的
continual
贵宾给
kicks
他们
and
热烈的掌
attacks.
声。
Please put your hands together for their wonderful performance.
接下来这段表演将结合品质
This performance demonstrates Taekwondo characteristics of both softness and hardness.
"表演的最后一段将以结
Conclude
尾
this
合舞，
performance,
象征
all
团结与
performers
希望，鼓
will
励所有
dance
的
together
台湾人
to show unity, hope, and encouragement. We want to thank We Are demonstration team and all performing groups for the Prelude program. Thank you very much. Indeed, all of them have prepared for many months. Ladies and gentlemen, may we put our hands together for their wonderful performance. Please welcome the Ministry of National Defense Honor Guard once again.
距离大会开始还有1分钟。
The National Day celebration will commence in a minute.
及体育代表与国立客家儿童合唱团的学生一同来领唱国歌。
The national tribute is presented by Shanghai Indigenous Kids Choir. And CH-47 transport helicopter will carry the largest national flag in history to fly over the stage. And the national tribute is presented by Shanghai Indigenous Kids Choir, comprised of 16 indigenous tribes and 60 members. The ceremony to celebrate the 110th National Day of the Republic of China, Taiwan now begins. Please rise. Chairman of National Day Ceremony, Xiongfong, please take your place. Music, please. The national anthem of the Republic of China, Taiwan. Let us have 3 bows to the ROC national flag and portrait of Dr. Sun Yat-sen, founding father of the Republic of China, Taiwan. Chairman Yu, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please face the flag and remove your hats. Please bow once. Bow again. And bow once more. Please put on your hats. Chairman Yu, please return to your place. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Remarks by Chairman of National Day Ceremony, Xiongfong. Distinguished guests, excellencies, ambassadors, and honorable representatives, overseas compatriots, anti-pandemic heroes, my fellow compatriots, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today is the 110th National Day of the Republic of China, Taiwan. As chairperson of National Day celebration ceremony, I see the blue sky and the shining sunshine. It shows that the national prosperity of our country. As chairperson of National Day celebration ceremony, I extend a very warm welcome to you. I also want to convey my highest regards to compatriots at home and abroad, and to all of our friends watching via live broadcast. I wish you all a very happy holiday. Firstly, on behalf of everyone at this ceremony, I extend my deepest gratitude to medical workers, anti-pandemic heroes, police and firefighters, men and women in uniform nationwide, for putting your lives on the line and safeguarding Taiwan through your professional conduct. day and night over the past 2 years. It is because of you that we can hold our National Day ceremony as usual. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm round of applause as a sign of our heartfelt thanks. "2021 has been a year of both sorrow and joy. Since the lockdowns began in Wuhan, China last year, there have been more than 230 million cases of COVID-19 and more than 4.8 million deaths, including 844 in Taiwan. We will always feel great sorrow at this. Last year, Taiwan's advanced preparedness helped us overcome a dangerous situation, allowing us to effectively control the virus and assist other countries. Our message of goodwill that Taiwan can help has seen us become a role model among global democracies. In May, following a sudden surge of cases, Taiwan issued a level 3 epidemic alert. Fortunately, thanks to the joint efforts of our entire people and the cooperation between central and local governments and legislators from all political parties, the vaccination coverage rate continues to rise. The government's relief measures are also continuing to turn the tide. Just as Taiwan confronted a sudden surge in COVID-19 cases, the performance of our athletes at the Olympic Games broke a number of records. We had the best showing ever with 2 gold, 4 silver, and 6 bronze medals. Everyone watching on TV cheered with joy and shared in the glory. Our athletes' performance not only won the respect of the host nation, but also encouragement and recognition from competitors from other countries. This demonstrates Taiwan's soft power as a nation of freedom, democracy, openness, and goodwill, and the results of our engagement with other countries. The Games greatly boosted the morale of the Taiwanese people, bolstering our unity and confidence. In recent years, the global democratic landscape has withered. Hong Kong, Myanmar, Afghanistan, and other places are showing signs of being cut off from the democratic community. Freedom and democracy have declined wherever China's Belt and Road Initiative has reached. The darkness of authoritarianism is everywhere, but with the outstanding leadership present Tsai and the joint efforts of the entire people of Taiwan, Taiwan's international visibility has been greatly enhanced. Our anti-pandemic efforts and economic performance have attracted international attention. In 2020, Taiwan's economic growth stood at 3.12%. In the first half year of 2021, it was as high as 8.34%. Taiwan's ranking in indices of democracy and freedom are also impressive. Taiwan ranked highest in East Asia in the Economist Intelligence Unit's Democracy Index 2020. Taiwan also ranked second in Asia in the Freedom of the World 2021 report issued by the human rights organization Freedom House. These examples very much demonstrate Taiwan's resilience and excellence. The theme of this year's National Day celebration is Broadening Democratic Alliances, Making International Friendships. What does democratic alliances mean? It means a democratic union, a group of countries with or without diplomatic relations, sharing the core values of freedom, democracy. Although they may not have formed nation-to-nation pacts, they take the initiative of supporting each other based on political beliefs and global interests so as to overcome a range of challenges. It is an alliance without treaties. Taiwan can help. Last year, Taiwan donated masks. This year, others donated vaccines to Taiwan. This is one concrete example. And what does international friendships mean? In the past 2 years, in addition to the obvious deepening of relations with the United States and Japan, many others in the international community have become better friends of Taiwan than ever. Australia, the Czech Republic, Lithuania, Slovakia, Somaliland, and others have all supported Taiwan in concrete ways. This year, 13 diplomatic allies spoke up for Taiwan at the United Nations, the most in 4 years. Furthermore, national parliaments around the world, the participants of the G7 Foreign and Development Ministers meeting, and too many others to mention supported Taiwan's inclusion in the WHA. When Taiwan's flag was removed from the scoreboard at the recent Free Diving World Championship, 10 other nations requested that their flag be removed in solidarity. All of these examples show that democratic alliances and international friendships is a kind of value choice. As the world faces unprecedented challenges, Taiwan and like-minded partners who also believe in freedom and democracy are helping one another to start a virtuous cycle. And this goes to show that those who are virtuous will never lack for friends. It also attests to the existence of democratic alliances and demonstrates that democracy is what makes Taiwan an indispensable member of the international community. A just cause attracts much support, and unjust one finds little. Taiwan has always had the capacity and determination to maintain a strong defense. Over the years, those in the alliance of democracies have stood by our side, allowing us to quicken the pace in formulating our hedgehog strategy. In terms of global security strategy, a number of summits, including the Japan-US-Australia Summit meeting, the Japan-US Summit meeting, the G7 Leaders Summit, the U.S.-South Korea Summit, and the EU-Japan Summit have reiterated the importance of peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. The new Prime Minister of Japan, Fumio Kishida, has also pointed out that Taiwan stands on the front line in the clash between democracy and authoritarianism, and indicated that if anything happened to Taiwan, Japan would respond in accordance with related security legislation. 2 days ago, former Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott told the U.S.-led group of democracy, "Nothing is more pressing right now than solidarity with Taiwan." His words demonstrate the determination of our alliance of democracies to watch out for and help each other. And in a recent article in Foreign Affairs, Deng Tsai Ing-wen showed our determination to safeguard democracy by publicly announcing to the world that democracy is non-negotiable and that our position on cross-strait relations remains constant. The future of Taiwan is to be decided by the Taiwanese through democratic means, she said. A tree as wide as a man's embrace grows from a tiny shoot. A tower of 9 stories begins with a pile of dirt. This year marks the centenary of the launch of the petition movement for the establishment of Taiwanese Parliament by Lin Xiantang, founding of Taiwanese Cultural Association by Jiang Weishui. Lin's petition movement represented a moment of awakening for Taiwanese democracy, while Jiang's Taiwanese Cultural Association represented a moment of awakening for Taiwanese culture. Both had a far-reaching impact, preparing the ground and planting the seeds of freedom and democracy in Taiwan, and encouraging the Taiwanese people to pursue democracy in the wake of World War II. It was this continual striving for democracy that bore fruit, ultimately bringing an end to martial law and leading to the forced re-election of the legislative yuan, direct presidential elections, and 3 transfers of power between political parties. Today, after more than 70 years, our country can stand in the international community with its head held high, unafraid and fearless, having won recognition as a beacon of democracy in Asia. As the president of the Legislative Yuan, this makes me very proud indeed. Taiwan has spent a century pursuing democracy, which is in the gene of Taiwan. We thank our predecessors for their sacrifice and devotion over these 100 years. More importantly, we thank all of the people of Taiwan for your commitment to democracy and freedom. In closing, may the Republic of China Taiwan enjoy national prosperity. May Taiwan and its allies enjoy everlasting relations. May my fellow compatriots enjoy the best of health and success. Thank you. Remarks by the representative of the overseas compatriot community. Chairperson will introduce the representative. Ms. Jerry Chen is an advisory committee member of OCAC, originally from Taipei. She now resides in South Africa. She is a chairwoman of GFCBW, CEO of Mitovo Care Center International in South Africa. She previously served as a member of the National Assembly of the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Parliament of the Republic of South Africa. The advisory committee member of the TCC and a member of the board of directors of Buddha's Light International Association. She has long devoted herself to charity work to the service of the overseas compatriot community, being an active participant in mainstream politics. She is a distinguished figure in South African overseas compatriot circles. She has helped promote diplomacy overseas compatriot affairs between Taiwan and South Africa, contributing immensely to enhancing Taiwan's international image and visibility. And now, please welcome her, Ms. Sherry Chen. President Tsai, Vice President Lai, National Day Celebration Chairman Yo, ladies and gentlemen, fellow citizens, overseas compatriots, good morning. Today marks the 110th National Day of the Republic of China Taiwan. Overseas compatriots around the world sharing the excitement of this joyous occasion. On their behalf, I'm honored to offer my best wishes. May the nation a wonderful National Day, and may all of our citizens good health and prosperity. Beginning in May this year, Taiwan faced challenges from COVID-19 and its variants, but thankfully under the leadership of President Tsai, and through the joint efforts of the central government, local governments, and citizens, the situation was brought under control within 70 days. In July, pandemic alert was lowered to level 2. Taiwan once again became a model for the world. In order to support businesses and workers, the government launched the Stimulus 4.0 COVID-19 economic relief package to greatly reduce the impact of the pandemic and to boost economic recovery. Response to the restructuring of World Economic Trade Order, it has continued to promote 5+2 industrial innovation programs, 6 core strategic industries, the new southbound policy, and the Africa plan to strengthen the foundation and resilience of its industries. and has applied to join the CPTPP to bolster economic and trade cooperation and talent exchange with markets having high potential. Moreover, Taiwan is strengthening democratic values, building partnerships with like-minded partners from around the world to ensure peace, stability, prosperity, and development of the Indo-Pacific region. The government's diplomatic endeavors have gained widespread international support. Former U.S. Senator Chris Dodd, a close friend of U.S. President Biden, visited Taiwan in April. U.S. Senators Tammy Duckworth and Sullivan and Chris Coons followed in June. Lithuania has agreed to the establishment of Taiwanese representative office in Lithuania. And when Taiwan urgently needed COVID-19 vaccines, the U.S., Japan, Lithuania, Slovakia, and the Czech Republic and Poland extended a helping hand, donating over 7 million doses to Taiwan. During the 74th WHA in May, Eswatini and 13 other diplomatic allies, as well as U.S., Canada, Japan, UK, Australia, called for Taiwan's participation in the WHA. Taiwan's commitment to democracy, freedom, and human rights has won it an increasing number of true friends in the international community. Taiwan has its best showing ever at the 2021 Tokyo Olympic Games, winning 12 medals to gold, 4 silver and 6 bronze. Taiwan's 68 competitors excelled in weightlifting, badminton, gymnastics, archery, table tennis, golf, taekwondo, karate, and other events. Overseas compatriots were deeply inspired and filled with pride. I would like to thank them for their efforts bringing honor to Taiwan and revealing Taiwan's glory and power to the world. Overseas compatriots have always been the staunchest backers of the government. In March, China abruptly suspended Taiwan's pineapple imports. Overseas compatriots stepped up to help, purchasing pineapples and actively marketing products to support Taiwan's farmers. In the international community, overseas compatriots also spoke up for Taiwan and mobilized their networks to urge important political figures worldwide to continue voicing support for Taiwan's participation in UN and WHO. Looking ahead, we will continue to strive to fully support Taiwan's participation in the international community. In closing, on their behalf, I would like to wish the Republic of China Taiwan national prosperity, President Tsai the best of health, and the people of Taiwan peace and happiness. Go Taiwan. Thank you.
请大会主席代表全体与会人员，恭请总统莅
accompany
临
Her
会
Excellency
场。
Tsai Ing-wen, President of the Republic of China Taiwan, to the stage to deliver the National Day Address.
国庆礼赞。
National Day Tribute.
哎呀，哦，哎呀，耶哟耶呀，达拉曼奈阿鲁米阿安尼尼，马拉自在。 Kita ami pahamak tu kawas, oh ji selai, oh ji tanangai, oh hong ti nu hong ti, oh tapang nu tapang kisu wama, hey ya ya, hey ya ya yo ya.
Ana tu sama syai wa ma'ui valai Tangawai kakui tangatu Bayagi
个疙瘩。手牵手，我的朋友，爱永远在你左右。不要再恐惧，却不要放弃，这一切将会度过。
因为你和我，才有明天的彩虹。
思念冲破天际，再远都要保持联系，一起穿过逆境，看光芒黎明，回头笑自己，给世界一封信。再记得有你，爱是唯一超能力，手牵手是连心，回归山与海的回力。
这一刻，不要躲在害怕后面。
这个世界需要多一点信念。那纯爱不会真的将你打败，你将会意外生命的光彩。
风雨过去那一天，悲伤就要停下来。感觉你身边的爱，它存在。
Hari-hari yang makin dingin ada
We want to thank Shenai Indigenous Kids Choir for their wonderful performance. The sign language interpreters for today's ceremony are Mr. Li Zhenghui and Ms. Ding Lifen. Arrival of the President and Vice President. Please rise.
各位贵宾，
Please
请
be
坐下。
seated.
恭请总
Remarks
统
by
讲话
President Tsai.
National Day Celebration Chairperson Yo Shi-kun, distinguished guests, dear friends, and my fellow citizens watching via TV or the internet, good morning. Today is the 110th National Day of the Republic of China. Every year on this day, we gather together to celebrate our nation's birthday. On this solemn occasion, we pay tribute to our forebears who called this land their home. Though they arrived in Taiwan at different times, they all dedicated themselves to our beautiful homeland. Today, everyone living in Taiwan is a part of this community in which we share a common destiny. Together, we have passed one test after another. Beginning in May this year, Taiwan faced its greatest challenge since the outbreak of COVID-19. Over 800 people in this country have lost their lives to this disease. These people were our family, friends, and members of our shared community. I want to take this opportunity at the start of my speech to express my sincerest condolences to their families. During this outbreak, we were also reminded of the great self-discipline and virtue possessed by the people of Taiwan. No matter how hot the weather, everyone has remembered to wear face masks. Wherever you go, everyone uses their phones to scan QR codes for contact tracing. And they also maintain social distance. When vaccines arrived, everyone followed our government's plans for an orderly vaccination drive. I truly appreciate how hard everyone has worked. The government does not take this cooperation for granted. I want to extend a special thanks to Hong Hai Technology Group, Yonglin Foundation, TSMC, and the Tzu Chi Foundation for working together with the government. I also want to once again thank our doctors, nurses, and other medical personnel for their hard work. Most of all, I want to thank all the people of Taiwan. At this difficult time, it was our unity that protected our country and our collective dedication to democracy that protected our beloved homeland. Apart from helping ourselves, we have also received help from our friends across the international community. Japan, the United States, Lithuania, Slovakia, the Czech Republic, and Poland all extended helping hands at a time when the international community continued to face a serious pandemic and vaccines were in short supply around the globe. Today, except for Lithuania, which will soon establish a representative office here, all of these countries are represented here today. This is an embodiment of this year's theme, Broadening Democracy and Making International Friendships. I want to invite everyone here today to join me in showing our deepest appreciation to the representatives from these countries. The Taiwanese people have a beautiful tradition of never forgetting how others have helped us. The face masks we sent out across the world last year showed that Taiwan can help. And the vaccines they sent us this year are vaccines of friendship. This is a virtuous cycle. I can assure the international community that Taiwan will continue to contribute to the world and expand this virtuous cycle further afield. Over the past year, the pandemic impacted domestic demand, but it did not affect our overall economic growth prospects. The global shortage of semiconductor chips has highlighted Taiwan's importance in supply chains. And a changing situation in the Indo-Pacific has once again brought attention to Taiwan's key position in the region. Taiwan-Japan ties continue to flourish, and our relationship with the European Union has grown closer. We resumed talks with the United States under our bilateral TIFA agreement, and we applied to join the CPTPP. In Washington, Tokyo, Canberra, Brussels, Taiwan is no longer on the margins, with more and more democratic friends willing to stand up for Taiwan. We believe we have the ability to work with like-minded partners to contribute to the international community. Taiwan today is no longer seen as the orphan of Asia, but as an island of resilience that can face challenges with courage. But the more we achieve, the greater pressure we face from China. So I want to remind all my fellow citizens that we do not have the privilege of letting down our guard. At this moment, the global political landscape is undergoing drastic change. Free and democratic countries around the world have been alerted to the expansion of authoritarianism, with Taiwan standing on democracy's first line of defense. As a result, amid this evolving global landscape, the Republic of China today finds itself in a situation that is more complex and fluid than at any other point in the past 72 years. Every step we take will influence our world's future direction, and our world's future direction will likewise affect the future of Taiwan itself. The situation in the Indo-Pacific region is becoming more tense and complex by the day. After taking complete control of Hong Kong and suppressing democracy activists, the Beijing authorities also shifted away from the path of political and economic development that they had followed since reform and following up began decades ago. At the same time, regional order is being challenged in the South and East China Seas. The routinization of Chinese military activity in Taiwan's southwestern air defense identification zone has seriously affected both our national security and aviation safety. In contrast, democratic countries are working together to strengthen our broad-based mutual cooperation in order to respond to regional and global developments. The G7, NATO, European Union, and Quad have all highlighted the importance of peace and security in the Taiwan Strait, while expressing concern over whether China may unilaterally undermine the status quo of peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. I want to reiterate that Taiwan is willing to do its part to contribute to the peaceful development of the region. Our position on cross-strait relations remains the same. Neither our goodwill nor our commitments will change. We call for maintaining the status quo, and we will do our utmost to prevent the status quo from being unilaterally altered. I also want to emphasize that resolving cross-strait differences requires the two sides of the strait to engage in dialogue on the basis of parity. We hope for an easing of cross-strait relations. We will not act rashly, but there should be absolutely no illusions that the Taiwanese people will bow to pressure. We will continue to bolster national defense and demonstrate our determination to defend ourselves to ensure that nobody can force Taiwan to take the path China has laid out for us. This is because the path that China has laid out offers neither a free and democratic way of life for Taiwan nor sovereignty for our 23 million people. The Republic of China came to Taiwan in 1949, 72 years ago. Over these past 72 years, we have gone from poverty to prosperity, from authoritarianism to democracy, and from uniformity to diversity. Slowly but surely, we remade the Republic of China Taiwan into what it is today. Admired around the world, what we have today is the result of the work of many generations. No one group can take sole credit for this work, nor should any one group be denied credit for what we have all achieved together. During the August 23rd Artillery War of 1958 in Kinmen, our brave troops fought side by side without regard for where one another came from. Party affiliation does not divide those working in Taiwan's crucially important semiconductor industry. Zheng Nanrong's father was from China. Larissa Bakurova hails from Ukraine. Wen Zhenling's mother is a Filipina of Chinese descent, and her father is part Hakka and part Japanese. Recently departed baseball star Wang Guanghui was a member of the Indigenous Amis tribe. We all get upset when our national flag is not displayed. We all get angry when Taiwan is suppressed. These are ups and downs that we all share together. In this inclusive country, nobody is judged based on when they arrived. Nobody is held accountable for the deeds of their ancestors. Nobody is excluded from our shared community because of where they came from. As long as we respect and appreciate this land and what it stands for, Taiwan will always welcome everyone with open arms and bring people together. The past 72 years of development have transformed the face of our nation. But throughout this transformation, our resolve to uphold our sovereignty and defend our homeland has remained unchanged. This conviction has been key to ensuring Taiwan's stability and preserving the fruits of our democracy. Over the past 72 years, our military's dedication to protecting our nation, as well as our understanding of why we fight, have been rooted in that conviction, which has been passed down by generation after generation of Taiwanese. This resolve is not limited to a single political party or faction. Kuomintang Chairman Eric Zhu, Taiwan People's Party Chairman Ke Wen-je, and New Power Party Chairperson Chen Jiahua are all in attendance today. Your being here at this event is one of the beautiful scenes in Taiwan's democracy. There will always be competition between political parties, but whenever our nation's dignity or the future of our people is at stake, we come together for the sake of the Taiwanese people to defend our sovereignty and our free and democratic way of life. Let us here renew with one another our enduring commitment to a free and democratic constitutional system, our commitment that the Republic of China and the People's Republic of China should not be subordinate to each other, our commitment to resist annexation or encroachment upon our sovereignty, and our commitment that the future of the Republic of China Taiwan must be decided in accordance with the will of the Taiwanese people. These four commitments are the bottom line and common denominator that the people of Taiwan have given us. On the basis of this shared foundation, we have a responsibility to seek an even broader consensus so that we can be united in the face of future challenges. We all share the responsibility to ensure that the young people and future generations of this land can continue to live free. Since taking office in 2016, I have worked to diversify trade, promote industrial innovation, transform our energy sector, and develop and bring in new talent so that everyone can see how Taiwan's economy is changing for the better. Over the past few years, in response to changing global economic circumstances, we have facilitated the return of many overseas Taiwanese businesses and accelerated our industrial transformation, reversing the slow economic growth, capital outflow, and talent drain caused by the past 30 years of over-reliance on a single market. Today, Taiwan's economic performance is back in the lead of the 4 Asian tigers, attracting global attention and proving that we can create a more resilient and self-reliant economic development model. We have adopted a new economic approach in which we are no longer dependent on a single market. This is the key to consolidating Taiwan's global economic standing and playing a more important role. My fellow citizens, a world of opportunity awaits us. We must persevere on this road so that Taiwan's economy can continue to grow and thrive over the next 30 years. In addition to transforming our economy, we have overcome many obstacles to implement a number of reforms. We have expanded our social care system, made diplomatic breakthroughs, and are now in the process of carrying out national defense reform. The results of our years of hard work are gradually becoming clear to our citizens and the world at large. Many people have asked me what we want to do for Taiwan in the years ahead. My answer is simple. In addition to boldly carrying out reforms and building a stronger nation, we want to establish a solid and lasting foundation for our nation's future development by giving the Republic of China Taiwan the capabilities, the social stability to face the uncertainty and challenges of a new era. We must also address the long-standing and divisive issues on which we have struggled to reach consensus. On these issues, we must work to forge consensus and find solutions that are broadly acceptable throughout society. Only by resolving these long-standing disputes can Taiwan move forward without looking backward. We must respond to national development needs by making necessary adjustments to bureaucracy, local institutions, national land use, regional development, and other important governance issues. This way, we can optimize government efficiency and most faithfully reflect the will of the people. Among these issues, constitutional reform is one we must face head-on. Our Legislative Yuan has established a Constitutional Amendment Committee with the current round of amendments based on the Constitution of the Republic of China and designed to preserve our free and democratic constitutional system. Knowing that there is a very high threshold for passing a constitutional amendment, I want to make an appeal across party lines, given that the issue of constitutional reform is a matter of national governance. I call on everyone, regardless of party affiliation, to set aside your predispositions and engage in a serious review of constitutional issues so we can find common ground. The work of transitional justice is also testing our generation's wisdom and courage as we seek to heal the wounds of the past and discern historical truth. In addition, we must also consider the direction of our national energy policy. No nation can maintain economic momentum with an inconsistent energy policy. We have already aligned ourselves with the international community in announcing our goal to work toward net zero emissions by 2050. We also need to work with all sectors of society to draw up a roadmap that will help us stay on top of relevant developments and assess risks early on, so we can build a more flexible and responsive power supply network. This is key to both our competitiveness and environmental sustainability. Dealing with these important issues is the only way to lay a foundation for long-term stability and leave a better country for future generations. In the past, differences in party stance or political identification often turned discussions of the methods and approaches needed to solve these issues into endless ideological battles. These disputes are of no help to our nation's development and only compel us to waste our own energy without making any progress. This is why, during my next few years in office, I want to draw on the dynamism of our society to look for ways to solve these issues together. By facilitating cooperation between society and government, we can work to find common ground among different ideas, gradually resolve difficult issues, and build a firm foundation on which to guide our national development. 2021 has been a year of many challenges, as well as many heartwarming moments. This summer's Tokyo Olympics saw Taiwan's athletes turn in record performances. Today, on our National Day, I want to express my gratitude to all our athletes and their support staff. Thank you for helping Taiwan shine on the international stage. During the Tokyo Olympics, the Taiwanese people once again realized a sense of shared belonging. I know some people have admitted that out of fear of jinxing our athletes, they avoided watching our athletes in action and instead did all their cheering in silence. I also heard that some people were so nervous watching the archery competition that their hearts were beating even faster than the competitors. This is what it means to be part of a community. It's an invisible bond that ties us all together, letting us share our happiness, our sorrow, our glory, and our pain. During the men's doubles badminton gold medal match, I'm sure that when the word "in" appeared on the screen, a lot of Taiwanese erupted with joy and even shed some tears. We have waited so long for that moment, for Taiwan's achievements, Taiwan's confidence, and Taiwan's courage to be seen and appreciated by the world. This summer, that moment arrived. Over the past few days, many people in Taipei stopped to look up at the planes rehearsing for our National Day celebration. What they were looking at is our Air Force, which keeps us and our country safe. In addition to our Air Force, many other military units were practicing for our National Day celebration on the streets of Taipei. Dredging engineers, members of our chemical corps, the motorcycles of our military police command's quick reaction company, and many other combat vehicles that we rarely get to see all passed here before us on Chongqing South Road, fully equipped and ready to deploy. Many were busy taking photos, perhaps unsure which units these are or what the equipment is called, but with a certain sense of security. These are our troops who safeguard our homeland. When disaster strikes, they come to the rescue. When our sovereignty, territory, freedom, or democracy is threatened, they defend our country with their lives. One of the most heartwarming images of 2021 was of the Mirage 2000 fighter jets sent by our military into the skies above Taiwan to welcome our Olympic heroes back home. Our troops and our Tokyo Olympic athletes are all national heroes. I sincerely hope that our fellow citizens believe in the greatness of Taiwan, believe in the importance of Taiwan, and believe that our community of 23 million people can stand proud on the international stage. Let us move forward with confidence and pride as masters of our own destiny. Let us embrace our global role and make Taiwan a Taiwan of the world. I wish the Republic of China a happy 110th anniversary and good health and many happy returns to all my fellow citizens. Thank you.
Chairman You, please accompany Her Excellency President Tsai to her place. Chairman You, please return to your seat. Thank you. Chairman You, please return to your place. Thank you. Music, please. Conclusion of the ceremony.
A big
thank you to the Joint Military Marching Band and Honor Guard.
大家好，我是黄家伟。
Hello, I'm Alfie Huang. Hello, I'm Zhen Lingyuan. I live in Taipei City, and I'm from Pingdong. Lingyuan, do you know why we were picked to host today? Is it because you're from the north and I'm from the south? It's not just that. This year's theme is Broadening Democratic Alliances and Making International Friendships. It emphasizes the value of freedom and democracy, protecting the people of Taiwan as well as the peace and stability of the Indo-Pacific region or even the whole world. Yes, that's right. The world is so big, but we can use the coordinate system to precisely pinpoint where we are. One of our National Day gifts this year, the coordinate bucket hat, conveys that spirit. Our performances today are to celebrate Taiwan's birthday. We will be able to see our Olympics and Paralympics national team heroes, as well as exciting performances from our military. We are very excited to have our Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics national team motorcade. They will be joining us now. Let's invite President Tsai, Vice President Lai, and President You of the Legislative Yuan to the front of the stand to welcome our national heroes. Right now, we can see our 2020 Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics national team in front of the stage. They won a total of 13 medals, 2 gold, 4 silver, and 7 bronze, a record-breaking performance for Taiwan. First of all, the weightlifting goddess Guo Xingchun and the prince of the pommel horse Li Zhikai. Let's give them some applause. Please welcome Taekwondo sweetheart Luo Jialing, karate princess Wen Ziyun, Tang Zhijun, Deng Yuchen, Chen Wenhui, and Huang Xiaowen. Apart from these 8 Olympics athletes, don't forget about our Paralympics medalist, table tennis player Tian Xiaowen. Our Paralympics athletes have shown great determination and skill, bringing us unprecedented performances. Our athletes are very important, but support in coaches and referees are essential as well. Let's welcome the Tokyo Olympics coaching team and international referees for the Olympics and Paralympics. Their selfless contributions are essential support for our athletes. They helped our athletes with their medal-winning performances, and our professional referees were invited to the Tokyo Olympics. They're calm, collected, just, and fair. They have shown great sportsmanship. Last but not least, we have our Paralympics coaching team, headquarters representatives, and 10 Paralympics athletes who represented Taiwan in 6 events. Their spirit, Together We Move, has brought positivity to the Taiwanese people. Together, Team Taiwan has embraced the world. Let us once again celebrate our heroes with cheers and applause. Let's support them again when they participate in the 2024 Olympics and Paralympics. We believe that they will have amazing performances in Paris. Please give them another warm round of applause. Thank you, President Tsai, Vice President Lai, and President You for celebrating our heroes with us. Please return to your seats and enjoy the rest of the performances. Thank you very much. Now we will be showing how our agencies maintain stability and protect our homeland so that we can live peaceful and happy lives here. Now please welcome the Airborne Rescue Service that is on duty 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, all over Taiwan, the National Airborne Service Corps of the Ministry of the Interior. This time we have AS-365 Dafang helicopters along with new UH-60M Blackhawk helicopters. They will be passing above the visitor stand in a triangle formation. Please give them a round of applause.
看完空勤总队，当然地面还有哦。
Now on the
来，我们
ground,
看到引领进场
we
的
can
是我们内
see
政部
the
警政
National
署
Police
第一队
Administration
安定社会非我莫属
with a
警察
motorcycle
团队
motorade from the Taipei City Police Department, New Taipei City Police Department, and Traffic Police
他们是
Brigade.
交通执法的最佳伙伴。
Next up, we have National Exemplary Policemen, Anti-Pandemic Policemen, and Outstanding Traffic Police Volunteers. They selflessly contribute to the safety of the nation, ensuring safety of all people here in Taiwan.
还有协助交通维护的
These traffic police volunteers are on duty regardless of rain or shine, helping with traffic control.
发挥警力
The police have limited resources, but when the people pitch in, possibilities are endless. Now we have G2 armored vehicles, ladder trucks, and special operation forces from the National Police Administration Special Operations Group. They are in charge of national anti-terrorism operations, hostage recovery, response to major crimes, and other high-risk operations. Now we can see our red zebras, which are red and white highway police patrol vehicles. They have two signal lights on top that are red and blue. So that is why people nickname them the red zebras. They alert highway users of obstacles ahead to minimize risk of highway accidents. Now we can see vehicles from the National Fire Agency of the Ministry of the Interior. These firefighters are as brave as they look. Leading their motorcade are 3 scout vehicles. We can see the firemen waving their flags, demonstrating their determination and strength. Their uniforms are respectively for fire rescue, water rescue, and fire prevention promotion. Next, from Taoyuan City, we have a supercar in the firefighting world, the Panther 6x6. It's a high-performance chemical and fire truck that costs 38 million NT dollars. Its hosing distance can reach 100 meters, which makes it indispensable. Next, from Taipei City and New Taipei City, a group of equipment transportation vehicles, water tank vehicles, and rescue equipment trucks. Our firefighters combine different types of technology to help them conduct disaster relief. Last but not least, we have our ambulances. On display for you, we have the automated CPR system, anti-pandemic specialized vehicle, and mobile emergency room. This year, a total of 756 people have been rescued from out-of-hospital cardiac arrest. Now let's welcome the Coast Guard Administration's 4,000-ton Jia class offshore patrol vessel. It is made by CSBC and it is Taiwan's largest frigate to date. It is the guardian of our seas. Can you see on the simulation ships that we have rescue and detection dogs? They are responsible for making sure that African swine fever stays at the border and everyone can continue to enjoy braised pork rice. Next, we see the 600-ton Amping class offshore patrol vessel constructed by Zhongxing Shipbuilding Company. It can convert from daily use to combat use. It is nimble and agile. In 2019, the Coast Guard Administration Special Task Force helped with the ocean fishing vessel Wenpeng incident in the Indian Ocean, setting a rescue distance record of 14,000 kilometers. A big thank you to the National Airborne Service Corps, National Police Administration, and the Coast Guard Administration. Thank you for your selfless contributions. How exciting! Let us welcome the Ministry of National Defense's performance. Now we can see an Air Force demonstration from our Air Force. These include Rotorcraft Fleet, Slow Speed Fleet, and a Rapid Fleet. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look to your left, you can see our military's Rotorcraft Fleet. They will be passing in front of the stand in a basic formation. First, we see the AH-64E attack helicopter. It is said to be the most advanced helicopter in the world. It has air-to-ground weaponry and target search and acquisition systems. Next, we have AH-1W Super Cobra helicopter. It can have air-to-ground weaponry according to operations. Now we have the UH-60M Blackhawk helicopter. It has an advanced digital cockpit and it can support with different kinds of operations. Last, we have the anti-submarine helicopter that has a surface search radar and dipping sonar, which can help with anti-ship targeting. It is a very important part of our anti-submarine operations. Helicopters are very important for modern warfare, humanitarian assistance, and different kinds of operations. They are highly mobile and quickly responsive. Also, helicopters can support with different kinds of tasks because they are not limited to the obstacles of terrain. They can get there in a quick time and also have the element of surprise for attack. Now we see another air demonstration. Even though they are passing by very quickly, they have actually practiced and rehearsed for a very long time. The pilots need to have very fine maneuvering skills and quick reactions. Also, it is very dangerous for pilots to conduct air operations. After our Rotorcraft Fleet, we can see the BH-1900C and C-130H, these slow-speed fleets. They will be passing in front of our stand from the left side. The BH-1900C is a VIP transportation plane. We also have the C-130 Hercules transport aircraft. It is used for international humanitarian assistance operations. The Air Force has to patrol our waters and protect the safety of our airspace. Usually, they conduct very strict training in order to gain air supremacy during combat and protect the safety of Taiwan. It takes a whole team to maintain these forces. Apart from repair and maintenance, they also have to take care of different operations as well, so that they can maintain the excellent operational capabilities. Last of all, we have the Jingguo Indigenous Defense Fighter, F-16 fighters, and the Mirage 2000. They will be passing by in 3 batches at a speed of 300 nautical miles per hour. Please look to your left. They are now entering the area in a V formation. The first batch we see are the Jingguo Indigenous Defense Fighters. Next, we have the F-16V fighter jets. They have an advanced mission computer and head-up displays. Last of all, we have the Mirage 2000 fighter jets. They have a very unique triangular delta wing, and they have excellent aerodynamic force. We have seen a great skill in our Air Force demonstrations. They will continue to protect the safety of our air and water spaces. Thank you very much for their performances.
现在进场的是首次采连建制编队，以迷彩戎装
Now
登场
we
的
are
宪兵
going
第
to
202指挥
welcome
部快
our
速反应
military
连。
police quick reaction company.
在队伍最前方是首度呈现在国
In
人
the
面前
front,
的
we can
敌视
see a Benz C-43 AMG safety car passing by the visitor stand. We can see Company Commander Major Yan Pei-wen. They will be passing by the stand at 5 kilometers per hour. Please give them a warm round of applause. In their procession, there are 16 female members participating in today's performance. Each and every one of our military officers are capable of fulfilling their mission to protect our country. To improve their combat capabilities, the MP Quick Reaction Company continues to innovate. They are now using motorcycles in combat operations. They are an important part of combat response. Apart from defense, reconnaissance, and rapid response capabilities, they also allow the units to respond to diverse threats. In recent years, the MP Quick Reaction Company have improved their weapons and equipment and also conducted training for shooting, urban warfare, and driving skills. They are the only current company in the military that uses heavy-duty motorcycles for national defense tasks. They were founded in 2018. They were established in 2018, and they were chosen as an exemplary unit in 2020. Please give them another round of applause. Thank you for protecting our country. Next, we would like to introduce you to some unsung heroes who have worked tirelessly for this country. Now we see vehicles carrying our anti-pandemic national heroes. Please wave to our heroes to show your support. The next 3 vehicles are from our Army engineering groups. They have been working on anti-drought measures. They help with dredging in the Shimen Reservoir, Mingde Reservoir, and Zhengwen Reservoir so that the people of Taiwan have water for daily use. Last, we have heroes from our Navy Underwater Operations Unit, Army Corps of Engineers, and Air Rescue Group. They have worked selflessly and spared no effort in protecting our country. Please give them another round of applause for their sacrifice and contributions. After seeing our heroes, let's take a look at some of the equipment that they use for anti-pandemic, anti-drought, and disaster relief. First, we see the VB-106 Biological Reconnaissance Vehicle from the Army Chemical Corps. They are used for anti-biohazard response and biochemical disaster relief. During military combat, they are also used to assist operations. Disinfection is very important during a pandemic, so now we are about to see the MD-105 heavy-duty disinfection vehicles. They can be used in composite disasters and nuclear or biochemical decontamination operations. During the pandemic, they were used to sterilize areas. They are a new generation of disinfection equipment in the Army. Now entering is the 721F wheeled loader. This machine was used this year during the drought. They conducted dredging operations so that we could expand the capacity of the reservoirs and ensure that people had water for daily use. Recently, due to the rise of composite disasters, our engineering corps have helped local governments with disaster rescue and relief. And of course, during a disaster, loading is very important. So now we can see the 3345AK dump truck, which can bear loads of up to 26 tons. This shortens the time needed for excavation and disaster relief. This year, during the drought months, this vehicle was used for dredging operations, which expanded reservoir capacities. It is a very important part of the engineering corps. Next up, we can see the 329 Dl Excavator. This equipment was used this March when they assisted dredging operations in reservoirs in Taiwan. They excavated a total of 700,000 square meters of sediments. They have been working tirelessly in shifts with over more than 20,000 men and 6,000 machines involved. During the first half of this year, these machines were used in anti-drought operations, increasing the capacity of our reservoirs before the flood period. They are very important for the sanity of our homeland. Now we are about to see water purification trucks. They are equipped with the best performing water purification equipment in the military. They have multiple filtering and double RO systems that can turn muddy water into potable water for use. They have conducted operations in Hsinchu, Taichung, and Kaohsiung with a total volume of 17,000 tons of water. Next up, we can see the transformers of the military, the M3 amphibious rigs. They have helped with rescue operations during the Nanfang Ao Bridge collapse incident, providing platforms on water. During military combat, they can help soldiers and vehicles cross rivers and conduct disaster relief operations. Now we will be introducing a series of Taiwan's indigenous military equipment. First up, we have the CM32 Clouded Leopard 8-wheeled armored vehicle. Today, we get to see the complete mechanized infantry company. Leading the procession is the company commander in a CM32 armored command vehicle. Following it are 6 CM33 armored vehicles equipped with 40 mm automatic grenade launchers. Last but not least, we have 6 CM34 wheeled armored vehicles equipped with 30 mm Bushmaster chain guns, which can shoot 100 to 200 rounds per minute. These armored vehicles have excellent mobility and are able to cross water obstacles, which is perfect for Taiwan's mountainous terrain. Starting this year, these armored vehicles have been carrying out combat readiness operations, supporting cover for important targets and taking tactical positions in emergencies to effectively protect the country. If you look to your left, you can now see the Thunderbolt 2000 multiple rocket launcher system. Leading the procession is the launching guidance vehicle. Next are 3 multiple rocket launcher vehicles, followed by 3 ammunition transporters. Each row can individually carry out launching operations with an effective range of 45 kilometers. Effective firing range covers the area of 6 soccer fields, and they can complete 12 rounds of Mk-45 munition within 12 seconds. The Thunderbolt 2000 multiple rocket launcher system is being displayed in 1 platoon unit today. It is not only powerful, but also very agile and mobile. It can change locations very quickly, allowing it to carry out successful operations. Next up is the Army's new Field Air Defense System. It includes a ground-launched SkySword 2 launching system, an engagement control vehicle, and a phased array radar vehicle. Following behind, we see the engagement control vehicle, which can simultaneously guide multiple launch vehicles and complete interception operations. On the other side are the phased array radar vehicles, which can provide information for target searching, tracking, identification, and engagement to assist operations. Next up is the Army's mobile digital radio vehicle. This is an indigenously developed new Army Field Troops Command and Management Information Platform. It can extend the range of the network and also integrate military and civilian internets to create agile field data links. The radio vehicles are equipped with electromagnetic pulse defense capabilities and multiple remote data transfer functions. Next up is the latest generation of our domestically developed indigenous satellite vehicle. The auto-tracking satellite antenna allows it to provide accurate and precise real-time images and data transfer functions while moving, which can help commanders gain latest information on the battlefield. This vehicle is a very important part of the military's information and communications logistics support system. It can overcome terrain obstacles and be set up in a very short time, improving commanding capacity and survival rate on the battlefield. Next up, we can see the Electromagnetic Spectrum Reconnaissance Vehicle. This is also a type of indigenously developed military equipment which can conduct reconnaissance operations to seek out invading jets or vessels in surrounding waters or airspace. They regularly monitor telecommunications, radar, and satellite activities surrounding Taiwan, making sure to be combat ready. They allow the military to create an electromagnetic advantage on the battlefield, allowing the military to gain an upper hand. Next up is the Xiongfong 3 missile launcher. The Xiongfong 3 is an anti-ship medium-range supersonic missile developed by the National Zhongshan Institute of Science and Technology. It uses an integrated rocket ramjet to achieve supersonic speeds that can reach 2.5 Machs. This effectively shortens the time enemies can detect and react to attacks. To your left, you can see the Xiongfong 2 anti-ship missile system. It is equipped with active radar homing seekers that can automatically track the target and increase the effectiveness of attacks. On the other side, we can see the Fire Command and Control vehicle. They use radars to pinpoint the location of an enemy's vessel. It serves as the command and control center for missile systems. Next up, to your left, you can see two mid-range mobile radar systems. This system was developed by the National Zhongshan Institute of Science and Technology, and it can adjust its location to monitor targets in surrounding waters. It can also work with other satellite and radio communication systems to pass on target information. Next up is the Relay Communications Vehicle, which uses radio systems to receive radar station or radar vehicle signals and pass them on to Fire Command and Control systems. On the other side, we have mobile repair and maintenance vehicles. They are equipped with tools needed to repair various vehicles and systems. Next up is the Skybow 3 surface-to-air missile system. This system was developed in Taiwan and started carrying out combat readiness operations in 2018. We will see a mobile vertical launching system, a radar decoy system, and relay communications vehicle. It can be used to defend against all types of aircraft, tactical ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and anti-radiation missiles. It can be used in all-weather combat situations. Next up is the radar decoy system. This system can emit radio frequency signs to lure anti-radiation missiles in deviating from their original path. This ensures the safety of ground equipment. When two radar decoy systems are put together, they form a unique radiation pattern that can confuse enemy anti-radiation missiles. This can effectively boost our military's survival rate and ensure that our air defense capabilities are maintained. They ensure the safety of our Skybow system and equipment. Last but not least, we have the relay communications vehicle. There are available modes, wired and wireless. It can expand the network range to increase the flexibility of deployment flexibility and air defense effectiveness. The indigenous national defense equipment we saw today are the pride of Taiwan. They can ensure that our military can protect our nation and our economic development. Thank you very much to the Ministry of National Defense for their performance. In 2020, the global pandemic has spread around the world, but people in Taiwan have been able to lead relatively normal lives, mostly because of our Ministry of Health and Warfare that we can see coming in soon. On the vehicle, we can see the Ministry of Health and Welfare's staff members, representatives from emergency response centers, and medical personnel from each district. We have social workers, homeless service workers, and hospital social workers. Please welcome them. Apart from celebrating National Day, we also want to thank all the medical and social workers who have worked so hard to keep the virus at bay over the past year. We also applaud the people of Taiwan for coming together to fight the virus. It is because of our work together and our cooperation that we were able to control the pandemic. Thank you very much. Next up, we see from the Ministry of Economic Affairs engineering rescue vehicles from the Taiwan Water Cooperation. During the drought, they delivered water to places in need day and night, which mitigated the impact of the drought on people's daily lives and industries. The next two trucks are loaded with emergency seawater desalination machines and mobile water purification equipment. The machines are able to turn seawater and contaminated water into usable water. The Ministry of Economic Affairs Anti-Drought National Team includes representatives from the Water Resources Agency, Taiwan Water Cooperation, artificial rain staff, meteorological experts, National Zhongshan Institute of Science and Technology, and other businesses. When Taiwan faced the worst drought in 100 years, they came up with strategies including conserving water resources and finding new water sources. Thank you very much to these anti-drought heroes from the Ministry of Economic Affairs. Please give them a warm round of applause. Next up, we see a motorcade from the Ministry of Justice. They not only protect human rights, combat crime, they also have been implementing a new generation of anti-drug policies. They include tackling the problem from logistics, personnel, and cash flow. The goal is to stop drugs from harming our people. You can now see our anti-drug action promotion van, which uses cute animals to teach our students to say no to drugs. The officers in black are from the Investigation Bureau, who seized an unprecedented amount of marijuana in Taiwan this year. In yellow, we see our officers from the Administrative Enforcement Agency. They are unsung heroes on the front line. They are the only enforcement agency responsible for tax violations and fines. The big gavel you see them holding is called Paibao. The inspiration comes from the Formosan Sika deer and represents Taiwan's last line of defense for justice and care in the society. It's also their mascot. Thank you very much to the Ministry of Justice. Now, if you look to the left, you will see representatives from the Customs Administration of the Ministry of Finance. We have baggage inspectors responsible for clearance of inbound passengers, inspection officers who are responsible for the inspection of imported and exported goods, and also our customs detection dogs. Remember when the pandemic first broke out last year? Customs was very busy back then. They were responsible for inbound traveler clearance, face mask export control, and also investigating counterfeit masks marked with MIT stamps. Our 4,000 customs officers were right at the front line of our borders doing their jobs. I'm sure you've seen our customs detection dogs. They're cute, but also really good at their jobs. They're stationed at various high-risk entry points and can carry out wide-range search operations. In the past 5 years, they have discovered all kinds of drugs in a total of 600 cases and 7.2 tons. They help keep our nation drug-free. Next up is the motorcade from the Ministry of Transportation and Communications. First up is the anti-pandemic taxi fleet. These 600 taxi drivers volunteered to help when the pandemic was at its worst. They sacrificed selflessly to ensure safe transportation of thousands of inbound passengers. Yes, in the past year, I've been to 8 countries, including the US and Germany. Taiwan's anti-pandemic taxi fleet is the only one in the world. Speaking of the pandemic, we must also thank the post officers of Zhonghua Post. They delivered anti-pandemic supplies day and night. The MOTC also recently held a test run for heavy-duty motorcycles on the Suhua Highway. A lot of heavy-duty motorcycles will be showing up soon. This is because they have completed projects such as the Suhua Highway Improvement Project and the South Line Highway Road Widening Upgrade Project. It will be much easier to get to the East Coast from now. The West Coast has also made much progress. The West Coast Expressway has been gradually completed, allowing the national highways to connect with other expressways. Today we have invited Jerry Dunn, CEO of the Taoyuan International Airport Corporation, with a group of representatives from taxi drivers, post officers, and highway construction works to celebrate National Day together. Let us thank them for their hard work. Next up, we have representatives from the Environment Protection Agency. They are from disinfection teams hailing from Taipei City, New Taipei City, and Taoyuan City. Their efforts have led to high capacity for environment cleaning and disinfection. They are the guardians of our environment, cleaning neighborhoods and streets so that we have clean living areas. Next up, we have the anti-pandemic disinfection team. They use foam and spray machine trucks to disinfect quickly. They have to carry heavy equipment to disinfect streets and alleys. What you're seeing now is just a simulation with water, so you don't have to worry. Don't forget the street sweepers and drain cleaning trucks. They're able to vacuum up all the trash and dust on the streets and also use high-pressure water sprays to get rid of clutter in the drains. They clean up the sediment in the drains to prevent flooding during heavy rain and typhoons. It is hard work to maintain a clean environment and carry out disinfection operations. They put themselves in high-risk areas and sacrifice their time with family to protect our home. Let us thank them once again for their efforts with a warm round of applause. You know how to fly an airplane, right? Yes, that's right, but I'm no match for these experts from the Ministry of Science and Technology. We have Guo Liangchen, Director General of the Department of Foresight and Innovation Policies. This time, the MOST's theme is space, and they will be showing us various projects, including the Triton satellite, which will be launched in 2022, Taiwan's first indigenously developed remote sensing satellite for MOSAT 5, and for MOSAT 8, which will be launched in 2023. MOST hopes to gradually complete a domestic satellite industrial supply chain. They have used special effects to simulate the launching of a rocket. Wow, that's very exciting. Yes, apart from satellites, Taiwan has also made much progress in rocket technology. On the float, we can see our indigenously developed sounding rocket. Taiwan's space technology is developing rapidly and robustly. Now, next up, we can see the Council of Agriculture. We can see the Taiwan-made farm wagon carrying a cultivation management machine, which is a big help for farmers. Next up is a large tractor which can pull farming tools to carry out high-efficiency farming operations. Last but not least is a combine harvester which helps farmers harvest crops. Protection and quarantine officers work 365 days a year at airports and ports, preventing serious diseases. Also, don't forget our Taiwan forest rangers who protect our beautiful mountains and forests. Our fishery observers monitor the safety of fishing vessels 24 hours a day. Inspection officers also go to sea with fishing vessels. Can you see their mascots? They're called Little Fish and Little Sea Urchin. They help promote tourism in fishing villages and also education. All our performers today have shown their most unique features today, allowing the world to see Taiwan. Let's thank them again with a big round of applause. We're about to see the Air Force Thunder Tiger aerobatics team fly above us in a V formation. This is definitely one of the highlights of today's ceremony. Please wave to them and make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, please look up. Wow, the red, white, and blue smoke looks amazing. This marks the end of the 2021 National Day celebrations. Once again, please thank all our performers and participants today. President Tsai, Vice President Lai, distinguished guests, thank you for your attendance. Please rise and join me in thanking President Tsai as she leaves. Thank you very much, President Tsai, Vice President Lai. Thank you to all the officers and staff members who made today's event possible. Thank you very much to all our distinguished guests. Thank you to all the office workers. Thank you very much. And a big thank you to all our guests from home and abroad and all our performers. Guests seated in the central area as well as the north and south visitors stands, please leave the venue according to the instructions in your pamphlet. I'm Alfie Huang. I'm Zhen Lingyuan. Thank you for joining us today. Happy National Day. See you next year.
展开旅程。